There is no shortage of speculation around what type of vessel Australia may acquire. To try to get some clarity, I spoke to Charles Edel. He's the Australia Chair at the DC National Security think tank CSIS, and previously a professor at the US Naval War College.
We know that in terms of the nuclear-powered technology and the submarines that we're talking about, the United States has more than one class, but we're talking about the Virginia class of submarines that are produced in only 2 shipyards here in the United States. The British have a separate class, the Astute class, that's produced in Britain. So the options that you laid out are what we're hearing speculated about, right? That this might be a Virginia class, this might be a British class, it might be some combination thereof, and it might even happen in a phased sequence, but we're not yet exactly sure what the shape will look like. That's what the announcement is.
And we've seen reports, Bloomberg, Reuters, saying 5 Virginia-class submarines are going to be bought. Is that reasonable in the kind of spectrum of timeline and costs that we're thinking about?
I don't know. I'm waiting to see, too. I mean, part of this, Annelise, is that the United States has requirements, right, mandated by Congress about how many capabilities we have. And we are mandated by the U.S. Congress to acquire, at this point, 2 Virginia-class submarines per year. At this point, because of kind of production backlogs, because of some maintenance issues, the U.S. Navy does not have the ability to acquire even what they are mandated to. It's a little bit below that. So might there be some kind of sale or transfer of Virginia-class? That's certainly possible, but the question then looms about what will replace those if they are going elsewhere. So it's more of a question of production capabilities than it is availability necessarily.
Interesting. So if I'm going to be in San Diego and I get the chance to ask any questions, what's the most important question to ask?
Timeline, timeline, and timeline. No, the real question here is how quickly will these things start showing up, and how quickly will they have an effect? As you know, right, the big debate in Australia is, yes, nuclear-powered submarines certainly sound like the Porsche, but if it doesn't materialize, if it doesn't come online, if Australia doesn't have them until 2040, and we're quite worried about potential contingencies in the South China Sea, in Taiwan, happening over the next couple of years, what's going to go in the water before then? And frankly, how is this going to increase the production capabilities of not just Australia, but Australia and the United States and the UK? Those are the 2 questions I would focus in on.